backfield body.
Check 26, check 26. Leo. Go. Kill. You go tight. You got tight. Greystone, travel. Shoot.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Block. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Emerson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd.
SOS. Hey, Delta. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Go.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Get it.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cousins gives way to Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
I'm coming after you.
On 2nd down, Cook. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
First.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Jahan, 180. Scoot. Here we go. Ringo, 48. One touch.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people. Field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only they're controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. These two teams all tied after one.
For the heart! What I need! Back. Any weapon. Begin. Lucky pitches. Wide. Get wide.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
I'm coming after you.
On second and 11 now. Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Third and long for Cousins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46.
Slam. 36. Two.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Wait time. 43's the mic. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Line out. He don't want it. Quaker Omaha. Wait time.
Cook following the penalty. A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go.
No. Where's the hot? Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, flipper.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch. But you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
On first down, Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Slam. Rhino.
Throwing his Cousins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Adam Thielen, 26 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 81 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
I got tripped this side. I got tripped this side. We got 3. We got 3. 2. 43's the mic, boy. 43.
On third down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 38-yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Now Cook. Cook stripped. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. To throw on second and 6, Cousins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
He was covered by Trey Williams.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
General West.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Check. Check.
Check.
Here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shamar Stephen gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Yes, yes. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Locke. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dime. Nice grab.
Let's go.
Complete to Tim Patrick. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Broncos.
Here we go. 8 read.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hustle. 55, right there in the middle. Hey, Echo.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh,
Get it.
Rock to throw on 2nd down, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
Check, crunch. 6-6, pull it high. 54's Mike. Check, watch. Hey, Sam off. Hey, Foxtrot. You better be ready. Go. Don't be scared.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain of 31 on third down.
First down, Denver.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Greystone, travel. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that. Bravo.
Shit! Check three. Check one.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's second down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. From the gun on third down, Locke. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken short. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
14.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is Scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
Alert 3, alert.
Hey, orbit.
Play action now. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They go play action. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Let's go now. 50, plant. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? 22 jet bomber, 22 jet, ready?
On first down, Lindsey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
70, Indy. Roll out. Hey, lock it. Hey, Jet. 80 weapons.
Fresno. Undercross.
Deep grip.
From the 38, block. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's Locke to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check, 43. Not today, Ron.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A lone second remains now in this third quarter.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
Play fake. Cousins. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Now the Broncos are going to call the first. Their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun. Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Take a seat. You can't stop me. Wide. 45.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Smell fear in that offense.
Where's your hot?
Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been Sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch out. Black.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Cousins to throw for it on fourth. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ringo. Hey, can.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point try by Bailey. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Another run by Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Hey. Shoot.
Throwing his lock on third down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Switch. Watch the shoot.
Through. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Now Cousins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Gun. Hey, we're good. Smooth.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
Black.
Out.
Here's Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Hey, receiver.
43 is the mic.
Hey, high 7.
Hey,
Rose.
24. Check 24.
Listen to me.
Cousins. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
We got to step it up. Switch.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Army. Check. Lock it.
Now.
Watch the twist.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
March 43. March 43.
Gun.
Here we go, G. Get off the
Hey, wahoo.
43's the mic. 3 buzz.
Wide.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
43's the mic.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Denver, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they will finally get an extra week to heal up a bit as they will get the late bye in Week 12. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.